my dear students of class 9. Today, after a very long period of time, I'm going to conduct a class on Merchant of Venice, Act 1, Scene 3. But before going on with Act 1, Scene 3, let me just recapitulate the previous scene. In the previous scene, we had seen how Portia and Nerissa discuss about the different suitors who had come to woo Portia. And as Nerissa overnames them, Portia describes her feelings towards each one of them. And she even tells what she feels about each of the suitors who had come to woo her. And this is what we discussed in the last scene. We even saw that Nerissa talks about Bassanio, who had come there in the company of Marquis de Montferrat. And she feels that Bassanio is the right man for Portia. So what Nerissa says is, she talks about Bassanio and tells Portia that he is the one who will rightly love her and he should be the one to marry Portia. So this was the discussion in my last class. Now today I shall proceed on with Act 1, Scene 3. So Act 1, Scene 3 takes place in Venice, a public place, and as the scene opens, Bassanio and Shylock enter. So what Shylock says is, 3,000 ducats? Well, Bassanio says, sir, for 3 months. For 3 months, well, for the which, as I told you, Antonio shall be bound. So as the scene opens, Shylock is already aware of the fact that Bassanio needs 3,000 ducats. So he says 3,000 ducats, well, and Bassanio tells him that he needs that money for 3 months, and for that Antonio shall be bound. That means Antonio will be signing the bond with him for 3,000 ducats. So now Shylock begins to ponder, think, and just to let Bassanio know whether he would be giving that amount of money to him or not. So that's why he says 3,000 ducats for 3 months, and for that Antonio shall be bound. And he begins to rethink about what Bassanio had asked him. May you stay me? Will you pleasure me? Shall I know your answer? So now Bassanio says, please, can you oblige me? Please, can you reply to me? Will you please me? Please let me know. What have you thought about it? What are you going to do about it? Please let me know as soon as possible. 3,000 ducats for 3 months and Antonio bound. So again, Shylock repeats the same thing. 3,000 ducats for 3 months, and for that Antonio will be bound. So he repeats the same line again and again. Your answer to that? So Bassanio asked him, what is your answer to that? Antonio is a good man. So Shylock does not tell him directly whether he'll be giving that amount of money to Bassanio or not. He just says, Antonio is a good man. So in saying that Antonio is a good man, he doesn't want to praise Antonio and say that he is a good man. But what he wanted to say was that Antonio has sufficient money and he has enough money available with him. He is sufficient. That is what he wanted to say by saying that he is a good man. Have you heard any imputation to the contrary? So have you heard anything against him? Oh, no. My meaning in saying he is a good man is to have you understand me that he is sufficient. So I think you have mistaken me. My meaning in saying that he is a good man is not that he is a good man, But what I wanted to say is he has enough money. That is what I wanted to say. He has enough money to guarantee the loan. So that is what I wanted to tell you. And I think you have misunderstood me. Yet his means are in possession. He had an argosy bound to Tripoli, another to the Indies. I understand more upon the Rialto. He had a third at Mexico, fourth for England, and other ventures he had squandered abroad. So what I wanted to tell you was, though Antonio has sufficient money to guarantee for the loan, but at present, what I came to know is that his investments are uncertain right now. Because one of his ships has gone to Tripoli, another to Mexico, and so many of his other ships have gone abroad. That is what I came to know from the Venetian Stock Exchange, Rialto. So that is what Shylock says to Bassani. Yes, Antonio has sufficient money. Antonio has enough money. But at present, I think there is a little uncertainty about his money. Because his business is scattered here and there. His ships are scattered here and there. And there is very little surety that he is going to do well in business at present. So that's why I am a little doubtful this time. Though he has enough, but right now his financial condition is not very good. Because one of his ships has gone to Mexico, one to Tripoli, and the other ships have gone abroad here and there. So ships, we cannot depend upon the ships. So what he says is, but ships are but boats, sailors but men. There be land rats, water thieves, and land thieves, I mean pirates. But he says, after all, ships are ships. They are just made of wood, canvas. They are just canvas. And men are sailors. They are human beings. And there is a danger of the land rats, the water rats, the pirates. There is a danger of so many things. And there are other dangers also that are there in the sea. So whether his ships would come back or not, Shylock cannot guarantee that. And even Antonio cannot guarantee that. That's why Shylock is a little hesitant to give the 3,000 ducats to Bassani. Because the financial condition of Antonio at present is not very good. So that's why he says, ships are made of wood and canvas. They can collapse anytime. They can meet with any kind of accidents. They can be just hijacked by anybody. So this is what he says to Bassani. So the uncertainty of Antonio's financial condition is said by Shylock to Bassani. So there are so many things that are there in the sea. So there are land rats, water thieves and land thieves, I mean pirates. Then there is the peril of waters, winds and rocks. Then there is the danger of the ocean. There is a danger of rocks. There is a danger of cyclone. There is a danger of storm. There are so many dangers that the ships have to face on their way when they come back. And if anything happens to the ships, then there's no guarantee, there is no surety that my money would be refunded. Because if that happens, then Antonio's whole business will be in great danger. And if the business is in danger, obviously his financial condition will go down. And if his financial condition goes down, then he would not be able to give back the amount which you borrow from me. So Shylock is not very sure about what is going to happen to Antonio's business. So that's why He just wants to ponder about a little bit before he gives the 3,000 ducats to Bassanio. And then he further says, the man is notwithstanding sufficient. 3,000 ducats. I think I may take this spot. But then he says, but in spite of all this, Antonio is wealthy enough. So I think I should take this spot. Yes, he can be your guarantor against the loan that you'll be taking from. So though many dangers are there to the ships, yet I think Antonio is wealthy enough and he would be able to return back the money that you borrow from me. So I think I shall sign the bond with him. And I think Antonio will be able to be your guarantor. So now after much consideration, pondering, thinking, Shylock finally agrees to give 3,000 ducats to Bassanio. But here you need to know one thing. Shylock is a very shrewd businessman, a money lender, a very cunning person, and he has not said yes just like that. He has already thought of what he is going to do to Antonio in case his loan is not refunded. Because this is one golden opportunity for him to take revenge on Antonio. So he would not let this opportunity just go by. He would think and he will plan out something against Antonio in case he is not able to give back the amount which Bassanio would be borrowing from Shylock. So Shylock has already planned. He already has set up his mind on something. So he just gives it a second thought and finally agrees to give the money to Bassanio. So this is what Shylock is planning to do. Be assured you may. Yes, please be assured he can. I will be assured I may, and may be assured I will bethink me. May I speak with Antonio? Yeah, I will be sure he can. I know he will do it. And then he says, can I speak to Antonio? If it be please you to dine with us. Then Bassanio says, okay, no problem. You come over and have dinner with us. Please come and have dinner with us. Then Shylock to this he says, yet to smell pork, to eat of the habitation which your prophet, the Nazarite, conjured the devil into. Then what Shylock says in reply to Bassanio's offer is, what? To smell pork? To eat the pork into which the devil was put into Jesus by Nazareth? So this is what Shylock says to Bassanio. You want me to come there and smell that pork? And that also the devil was put into Jesus of Nazareth. You want me to have that pork? You want me to come and smell that pork? So he doesn't agree to that. So what he means by your prophet the Nazarite is Jesus Christ, your prophet who belonged to Nazareth. So what he says is, I will buy with you, sell with you, talk with you, walk with you, and so follow. But I will not eat with you, drink with you, nor pray with you. Yes, I can sell with you. I can buy with you. I can do business with you. I can just talk to you, walk with you. But I cannot dine with you and I cannot pray with you. Because Shylock is a Jew and Bassanio is a Christian. And these two don't get along very well. Jews and the Christians. So that's why he says, I can talk to you, I can walk with you, I can do business with you, but I cannot eat with you, I cannot pray with you. Because even the gods were different. So that is what he says to Bassanio. So he refuses. he doesn't want to come over for dinner to Bassanio's house. So he says, I will not come because you want me to smell the pork. What news on the Rialto? Who is he comes here? So he just changes the topic and says, what is the news on Rialto, the Venetian stock exchange? And who comes here? So this is how he denies the offer that is made by Bassanio. So he says, I cannot come and dine with you, and I cannot pray with you, but I can do business with you, I can talk to you, I can walk with you, but eating with you and praying with you, these are two things which are impossible to be done. That's why he just changes the matter and he says, oh, what's the news on the Venetian stock exchange and who comes? So somebody comes in after Shylock has had a conversation with Bassanio. So what we have seen in today's class is Bassanio goes to Shylock in order to ask 3,000 ducats for 3 months, for which Antonio shall be bound. So Antonio will be signing the bond and he will be the guarantor for Bassanio. So Shylock feels that though Antonio has a good business, but at present his ships have gone to various places and he may not be able to pay that much of money. But again, after some time he says, I'll take the bond because I think Antonio will be able to pay that much of money. So then he has a desire to speak to Antonio. And when Bassanio offers him and tells him to come for dinner, he says that he can do business with him, he can talk to him, he can walk with him, but he cannot dine with him or pray with him. And suddenly he talks about the Venetian stock exchange and somebody comes in. So who comes in, that I shall discuss with you in the next class. So for today, I shall discuss only this much. So I request all of you to go through the portion that has been taught in this class. And if you have any difficulties, you are free to ask me any question that you want to ask. But please go through the portion that is taught in the class today. Thank you.